Well, the Ottawa Police Service is wrapping up a busy 2025 and looking ahead to a new year and a new district model for policing. And they will have some extra money to help get the job done in 2026. The police board voting in early December to increase the base police operating budget by just over $26 million. It's not just fighting crime, of course, in a capital city. It's also keeping the peace at demonstrations and public gatherings. There was a royal visit this year, Canada Day festivities, all of that. To look back at 2025 and ahead to 2026, we are joined by Ottawa Police Chief Eric Stubbs. Thank you very much for being here.
My pleasure.
So more money in the budget in terms of numbers, but it's going to cost you more to actually get the work done. Is this enough to make a difference for you, or are you concerned that you might next year still be in the same position, looking at a deficit? Would you have liked a bigger bump?
Yeah, you ask most police chiefs, and there's always a need for more. And there's no doubt here in Ottawa, we have a lot of demands on the Ottawa Police Service. Such a growing, sprawled out community, capital of Canada, with so many major events and demonstrations. There's a lot on the police service right now, and the budget that we've put forward, we're certainly pleased that we'll be able to deliver on a number of our key initiatives, and also, pay for a collective bargaining agreement that got signed this year as well, too. So there's increases in salaries. But there's no doubt that our budget will be strained. There'll be a lot of stress under it in 2026. It's up to us to try to manage that as best we can.
As we look at the Byward market, for example, we're here in the Byward market. Let's talk about it. And of course, we've talked about it all year. There's talk about more of a presence of police officers getting to know this neighborhood and the policing hub going in at Rideau Centre that a lot of people thought would make a difference. And yet here we are in December and have been talking about private security and the city funding some of that to try to make people feel like they are safe down in the market. Is this a situation where if you could just throw more money, more officers at it, you could actually clean up the market once and for all?
Well, first of all, I'll talk about the private security. Like, obviously, the more that we have down here to assist with safety, be it social agencies, outreach workers, ambassadors, private security, police, the help of businesses and the residents, we'll be better for it. It'll be a safer community. There's no doubt about it. Obviously, more officers will help. We're actually, on December 15th, we're assigning 14 additional police officers will be assigned to our neighborhood resource teams in the downtown core. That's not just the Byward Market, that'll be into Centertown as well, too, to help with that proactive policing.
Where a lot of the problem has shifted from the market into Centertown.
Some of it has shifted. There is a lot of new people in town as well, Patricia, in the vulnerable population that have come from other communities, and that's contributed to the issues in Centertown as well, too. But we're going to have more presence here over the Christmas season, and we're also going to layer and build that up as the snow goes away and spring comes. We're going to have more resources coming into the market as well, too. Sort of your words, and I know you mean that in a way of cleaning up the Byward Market. Obviously, there is a lane for us, and we see that. We had a board meeting in December that people spoke a lot of not feeling safe in Sandy Hill and Lower Town. We want them to feel safe, and there's certain people there that are contributing to that, and that enforcement, you're going to see that increasing as well.
Okay, what would you say is the number one challenge for your service this past year, or going forward?
Going forward, I think it is keeping up with the demands of the city, not just in the downtown core. It's a lot of focus, but we have a lot of asks for us from, Barhaven and Canada, Orleans, some of the smaller rural communities. Everything from, they want more presence. We have some auto theft issues. The fraud and the cyber crime is a really intense piece of our industry that's really increasing, and us having investigators that can really manage those, that's a problem as well. Traffic complaints are always something that every ward reports in. They want to see us more. So really it's delivering on all those areas that they want us out in the community on. And that's where, and maybe you're asking about that next, but our district model of policing is what we're moving to, and it's going to take another year for us to fully implement it. That is what we want to do, is make sure that we're listening to the people in specific neighborhoods, not just regions like Canada or Orleans, in neighborhoods. What do they need, and how can we tailor our response with our finite resources to help them out?
Yeah, well, I do want to ask about that. It's going back to a model that is similar to what we've seen before. Right. Does it just put the officers closer to the people in those communities? What is the main advantage of this new system?
Well, the main advantage is structuring the way we deliver the policing so we're not just reactive. Because right now, in the last 5 to 7, 8 years, we've been very reactive, responding to calls. There's a bit of a queue there. We're structuring ourselves so we can be more proactive, go after prolific offenders that are really causing a lot of our issues, do that traffic enforcement, interact with the community, getting to know them. We need time to do that. If members are going from call to call, that doesn't work.
You mentioned frauds just being one area where you were so busy.
Mm-hmm.
We had one of your lovely officers come in to talk to us during
Right.
Scam Week and talk about how busy they are.
Right.
A lot of the officers are busy and sometimes feeling maybe overwhelmed by the task at hand. How is the mental health of the officers in your service right now?
You know what? They do go through a lot. There's a lot that they have to endure, that they have to witness, that they have to assist with. We've had a number of our officers injured in the last year, and it concerns me a great deal. We did work with the Ottawa Police Association and the OPS on a new wellness program, like the whole program. We dissected it and sort of rolled out what we think is more support for our members. So we're supporting them as they work through this difficult but very rewarding career. This is a great industry that we're working in, but it does have its challenges.
Okay, one more thing for you. It's sort of cameras on two different fronts. You lost photo radar. So the challenge that presents as you're talking about resources and officers, but then you gain body cameras as well for officers. What is the biggest, is it an advantage to have the body cameras? Is it a way for officers to be more accountable? How do you see it?
You know, the body-worn cameras have a lot of different functions for us. One, they do collect best evidence. When we arrive on a scene, sometimes we're talking to people, they tell us things, we see things. That's a very good thing as well too. But on the accountability and transparency side, you know, it's both ways too. You know, it's accountability for our officers, but also for the public as well too. There are some studies that show that the public behaves better when we have the cameras. The officers are more accountable as well too. So really, you know, that transparency on what we do is better told through the body-worn cameras. So we're looking forward to it. The technology with some of these cameras, with the cameras we have, it's incredible. We have translation services through our camera where they will talk to somebody. If you're speaking a language I don't know, it'll translate what you're trying to tell me and vice versa to you. So it's fantastic.
I think a lot of members of the public can immediately see what the advantages of those cameras might be.
Yeah.
Not always seeing the advantages of a mounted police unit.
Right.
Why do we need something like that?
Well, you know what, and I see that you have them on the, they're fantastic, these horses. But look, we're the capital of Canada, and we have a lot of major events and a lot of demonstrations. And I can think in my 3 years, the number of times we could have deployed this unit to greatly assist us in trying to manage these things. These are Clydesdales, they're big horses. If we need to separate opposing groups, counter protests, and create a wedge between these two groups, this is the best way to do it. If people need to be moved off a road very slowly but safely, these horses are fantastic at doing that. They'll also be around for you know, community policing events, also for proactive patrols. As a matter of fact, yesterday they were out on the road with our traffic unit catching distracted drivers.
Okay, and distracted by the horses.
Maybe distracted by the but it's a real advantage for us. It's something the capital of Canada as a police service we really needed. I think there's 9 units across Canada and other cities, and there's certainly a need here. And the province was good enough to fund that for us, which is even better news for the taxpayers here in Ottawa.
All right, Chief Eric Stubbs, thank you very much. We look forward to talking to you again in 2026.
Looking forward to it.